I'm a Capricorn and you're f***ing nuts!
The new Red Band trailer for Hellboy is here, and it gives us our first good look at Resident Evil's Milla Jovovich as the movie's villainess, as well as a bunch of monsters that Big Red and his pals are going to have to battle in this reboot. Starting with the Blood Queen herself, Nimue, who first appeared in Hellboy The Wild Hunt No. 2. She's a 5th century British witch who's also known as the Lady of the Lake. Yes, the very same one from Arthurian lore. She was so bad, in fact, that all the other witches betrayed her, chopped her up, and scattered the pieces. Unfortunately, Nimue was so powerful that the pieces of her kept coming back together, so the witches put her remains in a box and just threw in a hole. Over the years, those witches began to lose power and influence, and they ultimately decided to bring the Blood Queen back. Needless to say, that was unwise. And if you want some empirical proof as to why that was unwise, the Blood Queen has the power to essentially throw plagues at people. But Nimue isn't the only one giving Hellboy headaches in the new movie. There are a lot of monsters too, many of them minions of the Blood Queen. But let's start with a monster who's actually an ally. Meet BPRD agent Ben Daimyo, played by Lost's Daniel Day Kim. Ben can transform into a were-jaguar. In the comics, thanks to getting possessed by a jaguar spirit, he transforms whenever he's in pain or enraged. So he's essentially like the wild cat version of the Hulk. It looks like that's also the case in the movie, since it takes Hellboy punching Ben into a wall to get him up and running. Hellboy teams up with Ben to fight the Gruagach, an anthropomorphic boar minion in the service of the Blood Queen. In the comics, he has a long, complicated history of how he became a boar man, but suffice to say he blames Hellboy for his tragic state and helps summon Nimue to get revenge. This creature, as it turns out, is a luchador possessed by the bat god of death, Camazotz. Yep. In the comics, the story Hellboy in Mexico tells the tragic tale of Hellboy joining a luchador trio, only for one to go missing, forcing Hellboy to hunt him down and beat him in a monster wrestling match. It looks like we may get some variation on that in this movie. This house walking on giant chicken legs, belongs to none other than the Baba Yaga, a powerful witch of Russian folklore. And there's the Baba Yaga now. In the comics, she likes to eat children, and when Hellboy put a stop to that, he poked her eye out in battle. She's since sworn revenge on Hellboy, which is sort of a trend between all these characters, really. Yes, Hellboy's made a lot of enemies over the years, and this movie may be showing all of them coming together thanks to the Blood Queen. These giants come from the comic storyline called The Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt is actually the name used by a group of British noblemen who hunt giants, and they recruit Hellboy to go after a particularly large bunch. Given how good of a job Hellboy's doing slicing and dicing their limbs off, they clearly made a good recruitment choice. Now, here's a blitz of other baddies in this new movie, starting with this nameless bridge-hating freak. And the same goes for this guy. No name, but he clearly means serious business with those blade hands. And finally, Hellboy taking flight on a dragon over this sea of lava is cool as, well, hell. Does this mean Big Red ends up taking the Blood Queen up on her offer, or is there something even worse in store for him? We'll likely have to wait until the film comes out for that one to be answered. That's everything we caught about all the monsters in the new trailer for Hellboy, but if we missed anything, do let us know in the comments. If you want more from the Hellboy reboot, be sure to check out the full Red Band trailer you've just been seeing bits of, as well as David Harbour's breakdown of the first trailer.